Hey broskies, it's Sona. In my Discord, I said, describe your OCs to me, but don't show me what they look like. I picked out some of these submissions, and today I'm gonna be drawing some of your OCs only by description. At the end, we'll reveal what these OCs really look like, and see how accurate my drawing is. This idea was inspired by Lavender Town, so go check her out. I'm so excited! Let's get to drawing. Alright, so the first character was submitted by Dakoto on Discord. They said she is a girl with short orange hair, she has a big coat, and her clothing has cat characteristics, like ears for example. Most of her color scheme is white, but she isn't just white. She is a street artist, aka graffiti artist. I'll not give any more info because I want to see how you would interpret her without seeing her. This character was the first description I picked because first of all, I love that she has cat characteristics. I'm a crazy cat lady. And a graffiti artist sounds really cool. Right off the bat, I kind of imagine this character to be more on the rebellious side and more tomboyish. Not saying that all graffiti artists are crazy or anything, but their art is usually very expressive and out there, so I made them more on the wild side. I put the character in a pose where they're pointing their spray paint bottle towards the viewer and gave them this crazy look, very full of energy. Because I mean, you gotta have a lot of energy as a graffiti artist in case you get caught and gotta run for it, since most of the time it's illegal unless you ask for permission. I gave them bright orange hair, and since the creator described it as short, I put it in a small ponytail. For their clothes, I gave them a sleeveless above crop top along with a big jacket like they said. Around the jacket, I put a belt thing holding some extra spray paint cans. At first, she had shorts and knee socks, but then I changed my mind and instead gave her some baggy pants to go along with her oversized jacket. I know a lot of streetwear tends to involve lots of oversized clothing, and I love the style. One of my favorite parts was definitely working on her eyes. I tried giving it the spray paint effect, like spray paint is shooting in her eyes, and it's super colorful. I also gave her some cute things. And don't worry, I didn't forget to add the cat characteristics. I gave her some cat hair clips as well as a cat pin on her jacket. Her belt has cats too. Her hands have fingerless gloves that go well with her outfit, and she's holding a spray bottle in her right hand. As they said, her theme is mostly white, but not completely. And I felt like, well, since they're a street artist, they should have lots of color. So there's spray paint stains all over her white clothes.
Her mom would be furious.
Her shoes are chunky and have cats on them too. Most graffiti art I've seen in person tends to be like bubble words, mostly text for some reason. But once in school, our art class actually watched a documentary on super famous graffiti artists that put insane art pieces on buildings, and they were super cool. So yeah, I love graffiti art. Here she is, Dakoto's finished character I drew. I think she looks hella cool. After I drew her, I revealed the true design, and here it is. As soon as I saw this, I remembered I've actually seen this drawing before because I rated it in another video. They have a very unique design, and honestly, I like it more than what I drew. For my drawing's accuracy, I'll give this a 5 out of 10. Thanks Dakoto for your cool OC. Next up is a submission from Dirty Floor. It's an interesting name. My OC's name is Calico. They're made of stone with a body like that of a porcelain doll covered in vines and moss. They have a crack in their face with face paint on one of their eyes resembling calico fur. I became very invested in the description of this character the moment I read that the character was made of stone, because non-human characters always are extra fun to draw and tend to be more interesting. I also love the variety in this character, since there's so many different things going on. They're made of stone, they're also a doll covered in vines and moss. This is just one of those characters where I don't think they fit into any specific category, but they're simply unique in their own way, which is what I really liked about this. Since this character is described as a doll, I gave them a tiny body and they're kind of sitting / laying down. I wanted them to look limp and a bit lifeless like a rag doll. I do have a history with porcelain dolls. My mom had a lot of them when I was young, and they'd always be sitting on the piano. I don't know what it is, but they always scared me. It felt like they were watching me with their lifeless, creepy eyes. So I gave this character staring lifeless eyes for a bit of an unsettling feel. Of course, their body is a gray stone color. And I did give them ball joints and separating lines on their torso and waist, like a typical doll would have. Now, the person never mentioned anything about them wearing clothes, so I just went ahead and put moss and vines like they described. I made their hair a long and flowy green color like a weeping tree, since they're already very nature-like, and added some leaves. When the creator said they had calico face paint on one eye, I didn't know if they meant in or around the eye, so I just did both. I think the colors look very cool, and added the crack on the other eye. I think this character turned out very nice and unique. I've never drawn something like this before. What do you guys think? And this is the actual character revealed. I didn't know what to expect at first, but I actually really love their design and art style. I don't think I was too far off, but they're both still very different. One of the main differences is definitely the character size, because damn, they tall. For my drawing's accuracy, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Thanks so much, Dirty Floor. I'm sorry, that name is so funny. For submitting your character. Very cool. And you know what else is epic? This adorable plushie that was sent to me by Temu. Speaking of which, this video is sponsored by Temu. Temu is an online marketplace, and they sent me some awesome stuff. I got art supplies like this set of pastel colored pencils, a giant set of markers, and even some high quality sketchbooks. I also got these cinema roll slippers and backpack, which my tiny sketchbook fits perfectly in. Temu also sent me this super cute cute set of Sanrio plushies, which are only $6.99 for new Temu users. Right now, Temu is having a 1-year anniversary sale, so don't miss out on the $1 Temu gems on the app during the sale. Check out Temu in the description below to find some awesome deals. They're also selling multiple versions of the Switch and Switch games, such as Super Mario Bros., Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and many more. Temu offers exclusive price to new users, which means you can get the Nintendo Switch OLED for only $2.99. My favorite thing I got is this super cute kitty water bottle. I love it. Downloading Temu below also gives you a $100 coupon bundle for free, or use this code on the screen and claim it on the Temu app.
After applying, you can get the Switch for $2.59. That's epic.
Thank you Temu for sponsoring this video. Up next was a character submitted by Zeon. She is a white fox lady, she has black hair with a few red and white streaks, and she wears some sort of kimono dress. She also has white blank eyes, and she's very unnerving sometimes. She's also a witch, and her hat is black with a red flower on it. Thank you Zeon, this OC sounds very cool, and I also picked this because I don't normally draw animal-like characters, and I thought it'd be cool to give it a go. As the creator said, this character is very unnerving, so I wanted to go for a more creepy vibe. I love making cool edgy stuff, so I'll take any chance I can get. I've always thought kimonos are super cool, especially the highly detailed ones. I've only drawn them like once or twice before, but I had a lot of fun drawing this one. Since they described the character as a fox lady, whether or not they meant a real fox or a girl with fox ears, I took it literally and made her an anthropomorphic, how do I pronounce that? Anthropomorphic character. So basically a furry. Now, I've actually had a lot of people ask me why I never draw them, and it's just because I suck at it and I'm afraid of it not turning out right. I never draw animals. But this surprisingly turned out way better than I thought it was going to. Her ears are long and pointed. I was going for the look of a kitsune mask that you often see in anime. Her smile is wide with spiky teeth and her eyes are a bit unnerving, as they described. I imagine her to be a mysterious woman who no one knows much about and avoids at all costs because she gives off such creepy vibes. She's the type of character where people make up a lot of scary rumors about her. I made her tall with a very thin and bony structure, along with her hands being very large and her fingers scarily long and pointed. In her left hand she's holding a wand, and in the right she's holding a Japanese fan up to her chin. I love drawing witch hats. I want to draw them more often. I showed this drawing to my friend and he said the witch hat looks like a banana, and now I can't unsee it. Her hair is braided at the top, midway turning into a ponytail with long silky straight hair on both sides, as well as straight bang. Throughout her hair is red and white streaks. I had a bit of trouble in the beginning figuring out the color palette, but ended up sticking with red, white, and black. The creator mentioned there being a red flower on her witch hat, so I decided to incorporate that throughout her entire design. I put red and white flower patterns on her kimono as well as some extra flowers hanging off the tip of her hat. Since she's so mysterious, I added a sheer cloth draping down from her witch hat covering her face. I know this probably isn't in the original, but I just thought it looked so cool and I couldn't help myself from adding it. And the fox witch lady is done. I had the most fun drawing this one as it's very different from my usual art. I'm glad I stepped out of my comfort zone. She looks awesome. And here is the original. I'm shocked at how accurate I was. I know there's differences, but overall they have a lot of similarities. Thanks so much Zeon, your design is epic. Last but not least, we got a submission from Bryce. She's weirdcore themed with purple skin, green hair, and is a ballerina. She has no mouth and only one eye. Her name is Mystic Grape, and she has a kids show in my lore. Thank you Bryce, there's a lot to unpack here. This creator gave a lot of specific details as for their face and skin color, but the rest was left pretty vague. I chose this mainly because they said she's weirdcore themed, and I've always found weirdcore really interesting. It's also apparently a music genre. Since she's a ballerina, she's posing like one, and I wanted to make her outfit very colorful and wacky looking. Weirdcore tends to be colorful and crazy, but for this character it also makes sense because she has a kids show. Of course, she has one eye, and I actually made her iris into a smiley face, as well as incorporating things like smiley faces and stickers throughout her entire design. Since she has no mouth, I put a zipper on her face because why not? It's weird. Looking back at it now, this reminds me a lot of Kidcore too. They didn't give any details about what kind of show she has, but I imagine her to be this ballerina who also entertains kids while she dances. So I made her holding this wacky looking ribbon she does tricks with, and it's got smiley faces all over it. Her ballerina skirt is in the shape of a rainbow flower, and her top is pink with polka dots. I just wanted to include a lot of random patterns and accessories, since you find that in a lot of weirdcore stuff. Mystic Grape is a really cool name, and I wanted to include something related to grapes in her design, so at first I gave her hair made out of grapes, but later I scratched that because I couldn't get it to look right. It did not look good. But I did put grapes on her wrists as a bracelet thing, because I didn't know where else to put it. Since her skin is purple, I thought, well, she already looks like a grape. As you've probably noticed throughout the rest of the speed paint, she's bald. That's because I completely forgot the creator said that she had green hair. So yeah, she's bald. That's my fault. But hey, I think it goes even more with the weirdcore theme, so I'm keeping it that way. Now she really does look like a grape. I think she turned out really wacky, but I like it a lot, and this is the actual character. Well, well, they look very different, and mine looks nothing like it. Also, why does mine look like Seek from Roblox Doors? Thank you so much, Bryce. Hopefully you don't hate my creation. Yours is so cute and I love her. Thanks, broski, so much for watching. I had so much fun drawing your OCs by description. Again, this idea is heavily inspired by Lavender Town, so be sure to go check her out. Her video will be linked in the description too. Let me know if you broskies want a part 2 of this because I really want to make a part 2. So be sure to like the video, and yeah, okay, bye!